everybody, and welcome back to Circle of Hopes.
It's time!
How are you doing? Are you tired after a busy weekend or bored after a boring weekend? Well, however you're doing, we're glad to be together. And why don't we take a look to see what you all have been up to this week?
Hey!
You all a lot of fun. Some of those costumes were really creative. Thank you for sharing them. Remember we talked about saints last week? People who were alive in the past and their lives taught us a lot about God. Saint Teresa of Avila taught us about prayer and how to make changes. Saint Grampy taught me that even old people can have new experiences with Jesus. And today, Saint Ignatius is going to teach us something. Saint Ignatius. Go ahead and say that name. Ignatius.
Saint Ignatius.
That's a cool name. Well, just like Saint Grampy, Saint Ignatius was older when God taught him new things. And just like Saint Teresa, Saint Ignatius loved to pray and learn different ways of praying. There's actually a prayer that he taught people that I still do today. My cell leader Tracy was the first person to teach it to me, and that was in the year 2011. And Ignatius was born in the year 1491. I've already done the math to learn that that is 520 years after he was born. Saint Ignatius' ideas came to me 520 years after he was born. That's crazy. Thank God for Saint Ignatius. So what is this prayer that Tracy taught me? It's called the Daily Examen. Why don't you take a look at that prayer in action and see what you notice about it?
Hi, Mom. This is a very good dinner.
What a great dinner we're having. Cheers to dinner time. Well, does everybody have a high and a low or a rose and a thorn from your day?
I'll share first.
Oh, go ahead.
Mine was... Wait, question?
Just keep talking to me. Tell me about your rose and thorn.
I was born that we got to go to the pumpkin patch today.
Oh.
Well, the thorn was that we didn't. The pumpkins were too tiny to carve.
Oh, that is disappointing. My rose was watching you work hard on your writing, and Martin, my rose was watching you want to make a book. because I love when you guys are creative. And my thorn was that our fish died. You know, I think God makes even those tiny creatures. And so it's such a sad thing when one of God's creation dies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Martin, did you have a rose and a thorn?
Yes. My rose died went to pumpkin patch. My thorn died lose my dessert.
Oh, that is sad to lose a dessert.
Come on.
Then God's with us in the sad, the disappointing,
Yeah.
all those things. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how God feels about our fish dying.
Yes.
Well, let's enjoy our dinner. Well, what did you notice about those people doing the daily examen prayer? It seemed as though they talked about their day, some of the good and some of the bad, and sometimes thought about how God was with them. They listened to each other. They were kind during it. Have you ever done the daily examen prayer? Would you like to do it? Did that seem interesting to you? I wonder if you could teach the daily examen prayer to your grown-up or to a close friend and try it out. Well, thank God for this great cloud of saints that we have with us to teach us these things. And may our lives be saintly also, that we can teach people about God. And I'm thankful that God's with us in the good and the bad parts of our day and of our lives. How cool is that? Thanks for being together. This is always a blast. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.